Views on Air, bringing you along a new series in 2023. A new year. We're leaving behind 2022. Let's clap it up for it. Bringing you along a special team. This is a whole team. I've never had this many people on the podcast, and it's a pleasure to have you guys here. Thank you for coming by iSpyPros.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for being here. I know that it takes a lot. It takes a village to make things work, and you guys are here. We got Bryan Argueta, the founder of it all, as well as Hansel, Chris, and Kevin. How y'all doing?
We're doing good.
We're good. Happy to be here, and thank you so much for making this possible, bro. Appreciate it.
No, for sure. Again, thank you so much for being here. How you doing, Hansel?
I'm doing good. Thank you for the opportunity, for being here and making us part of a podcast in a new year, and it's a fresh start for everyone.
Oh, that's great. Chris?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited to be in the podcast. This is my first podcast. So
you were a part of the last one with Bryan Argueta.
Yeah.
So you were definitely in those videos that we put up on Reels, right? How about you, Kevin? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great.
New year?
Fresh start of the year, and this is my first podcast ever.
For real?
Yes.
Man, it's a pleasure to have you guys here. I mean, it's a pleasure, to bring this along and to put this out there, for your friends, for your family, for anybody who's listening. I mean, we got soon to be pro athletes at the same time, soon to be, photographers, videographers in this industry that's growing little by little, especially here in the DMV. I mean, we're filled with a lot of potential here in this room. I mean, it's growth. It's growth, and it's a new year, and I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about your goals, everything you guys got coming up, and talk to me about growing up. You guys are a family-based company, LLC, iSpyPros.
Definitely, yeah.
Talk to me about growing up with each other. I mean, he's your brother, and this is your cousin, and a brother from church.
Brother from church, yeah.
That's like
it's family stuff.
That's family, man. That's
Yeah.
that's like you can't go.
Yeah.
You just can't go further than that. Tell me about that.
Right.
How's that foundation like?
Definitely family is the core of my life, and you could say. Growing up, I was born in El Salvador, and I came to this country when I was 8. And then ever since, I just, coming to a new country, everything was different. I had a lot of barriers, didn't know the language, wasn't able to communicate, didn't know, cold. Being here at, here in Maryland, it's really cold. So adjusting to a new climate, everything just was new to me. So definitely it took some time to get used to it. But overall, I think having family and having people around you definitely made that feel comfortable. Made you feel comfortable, and made it smoother to just come into a new country. And I think that's my upbringing, and same with my cousin, and then my brother, and then Hansel here. We met in 2015.
Oh, wow. Those are years.
Yeah, years. We met at church. Hansel was like...
What church is that?
We go to Elim, Maryland.
Okay.
We're located in Glenmont. I remember when I met Hansel, he was like at the camera with the tripod. Like my man could not even see the camera, but he was there holding it. And then to this day, I have that picture. And I think
we got to see that picture.
We have to see it. Right? To this day, it really blesses me to see him, serving and see him grow in something that he's very passionate about, which makes me happy. And overall, seeing him, as a kid who could barely reach to now somebody who's like doing, taking pictures, taking reels, doing all those certain things that, it takes a certain skill set to be able to perform. Definitely.
Were you guys born here?
Yes.
Yeah, I was born.
Yeah. El único que tuvieron que sacrificar.
Yeah.
Are you from El Salvador?
No, I'm from Guate.
Oh, Guatemala. That's cool. Born here or Guatemala?
Born here.
Oh, that's cool. How's Guatemala like? You've been there before?
Only been once in 2014.
Oh, right before you guys met.
Yeah,
How was that?
it was kind of nice being around with family members that I haven't like met them in my life before. It was like first time. The thing that I liked, but at the same time I didn't like, was the climate. Because you take a bath and then you were sweating.
I can't handle the cold, but
like you take a bath and you were sweating again. So it was kind of like funny,
That's
like
funny.
the thing how it went over there. But a lot of things that I've learned comes from church, and like we did a group in church, and it's media team.
Mhm.
And media team was like based on getting YouTube lives, Facebook stream, and I was so little how Bryan said that I could barely reach the camera, but the thing is when you do it by your heart, you know how to do it, and that's the benefit that we have in our side.
Is that how that hobby, started with you in the tripod and camera and all that industry? Is that how that started with church?
Yeah, it started at church.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think for me as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I don't know if Kevin and Chris feel the same, but for me, like I picked it up when I joined the media team at church. That's when I was like, okay, like I actually like doing this, But what we do at church is we're part of the media production.
Mm-hmm.
We're in charge of we have a setup in the back. We're in charge of whatever is projected to the live stream, which is on YouTube, and we're in charge of selecting what is projected to the church. So we have projectors at church, we have TVs, and the director's in charge of what goes live. And right now we have 5 cameras. So we and we try to have people on the cameras all the time, so it could be an efficient broadcast. But that's how I picked it up, and definitely everything I've learned, I've learned it a lot through church or YouTube but me finding a way to get it done. That's definitely has been one of the main things that pushes. And definitely church was an asset because I did it every weekend, and it just helped me familiarize myself or be aware of like certain things, be more detailed. Now we'll put into practice different things. We learn the basics, so now we're trying new things. So yeah,
there's only room to learn, and how about you, Kevin? How did that hobby begin with you? Was it something that you guys picked up together along with Chris and Bryan, or?
Well, the photography business,
Mhm.
we picked it. Bryan, I remember it was like around, I think like April or May. Bryan went to go to DC buy his first camera.
Growing up, what hobbies did you like?
It was just playing soccer.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean,
Playing
soccer's like
soccer.
a big hobby. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. I don't know, Hansel, you like soccer? You
Yeah.
like football? Yeah? So
And-
one of the hobbies was definitely the sport. I mean,
Yeah.
right now we're in Airport Soccerplex. If anybody wants to come and play some pickup soccer, they host it from 8 to 10 p.m. from Monday to Friday over here in Gaithersburg, Maryland. Make sure to check them out. Airport Soccerplex is their Instagram name. Back to soccer. Growing up, one of your hobbies. I mean, how was it like? I'm Chris. I mean, Chris is soon to be. I mean, athlete out here with with DC United Academy, and you're only going upwards from now on. How was that hobby for you?
It was good. I actually did have a privilege to play with Chris
Yeah.
and the same team, and Tacoma Park. That's where I started playing. Then,
What position?
I was at that time I was small. I would always want to play striker.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then like going up, then I played for another team, Rockville.
Mm-hmm.
They played me as center back.
Okay.
Yeah,
Damn. So how did you feel about that?
I was like, well, at first I was like, I'm still gonna be playing soccer. I was happy. Then I didn't know that it was gonna be challenging to get used to the position in the back. Like
it's all about
how
adjusting.
to use the body, how to.
Was there a reason behind that decision from the coach?
I was slow.
Okay.
Yeah. But then like I started getting
But
used
he's
to
always
it.
big. He was like the tallest one, I think. So
Yeah.
I got used to it.
You were tall. I mean, you are
Yeah.
pretty tall.
tall.
I mean, I don't know. Some kids, they're small and they're like what, like before their teens, and then
Yeah.
after teenagers, you see them,
yeah.
and they're like above. I mean, I'm short, so everybody. No, but hobby, man. I mean, from striker to defense, that's a big change for you.
Yeah. And then I left Rockville, played with another team. They were called FC Bravos.
Mm-hmm.
And I started playing there. I was playing right back.
Right back.
Yeah, so they moved me
Still
to
in
right
defense.
back. Still in defense, but they moved to right back.
Were you a little faster? Because right back, you gotta be.
Gotta be Danny Alves out there.
I mean, you gotta be on point.
At that time I was getting more fit, and I started catching up to pace. I had a good agility.
Yeah, there was a reason why they
Yeah.
they put you in that position afterwards, I'm sure.
And then I did score like a good couple goals, and then that team ended up it finished, and I stopped playing. It took me like a good 3 years to like find a team again, and that's pretty much it. And then
But you were playing with Chris.
at that time, yes,
Yeah,
I
we
was
played
playing
in
with Chris.
FC Bravos together.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
How was that
It was
experience
fun.
for you?
It was super fun playing with my cousin, someone that we know, like, and we had that good chemistry like that.
Did you guys grow up playing together, like in the backyard?
Yeah,
definitely.
Wow, yeah.
Every time we'd go to his house, we'd be kicking the ball.
I saw a picture of one of my friends posted, and it was like a video actually. He was like, "This is the hallway that I used to play in," and then I think he was playing with his nephew, the same hallway. So like we had a hallway at my grandma's house that was like the field, like, and then my grandma would always get mad because we used to play. Enough, no more.
Even in my house, when me and Kevin used to play, we used to play in our basement. We had like these two beams that are the goals. I remember we would break. My mom would get so mad because we would break so many vases.
We were like a good 3-4 big vases.
How did that start? How did the evolution start for the love of the game in your household? Like, did your dad like it? How did how did you guys get introduced to the game?
So for me, I started playing at 3 because my mom told me this story. She was like that I used to be super energetic. That like I did too much.
No cabías.
So she told my dad, let's
Literally.
put him into soccer. And I started playing at like 3 years old. I started loving it. And like she used to tell me that after practices or games, I would go to sleep, knock out.
She loved it. She took advantage.
Yeah, that's
So
where it
your
started.
dad was the one that he liked it a lot? Because of him, you guys got introduced to him?
So
I'm
definitely,
sure.
I think
Does he play?
my dad never got the opportunity to play like in a team or even pro,
Pick up?
but he played. He started playing pickup once he got here
Okay.
to the United States, but he just didn't have the opportunity. That's something that he did. Growing up, I picked it up. I used to play in the streets in El Salvador, and then once I got here, like, I wasn't the best,
Mm-hmm.
but like I worked hard. So definitely, some players are gifted, and then others work hard to get there.
Yeah.
So definitely, I think I worked hard to get where I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely my dad provided the support in terms of like taking me to practice, given me time to go watch my games. So he made it possible with me initially. And then with Chris, the same thing, I played, so, might as well put him to play as well. And then, so definitely he enjoys watching us play, he says, instead of watching, let's say Real Madrid or something.
Do you guys have any idols in regards of, like soccer idols? We could talk about some idols here. Who did you grow up? Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, he's legendary.
Legend.
My favorite.
I mean, it's crazy because, I'm pretty sure we were all born between 95 and 2005, you could say. And I'm used to hearing, my idol Zidane, my idol Ronaldinho, and nowadays I'm definitely hearing more of Cristiano Ronaldo. How about you?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Of course, Cristiano.
Me?
I know you like Modric.
I
I
like
mean, Modric. I know I saw a lot of posts from Modric. I thought you were rooting for them.
I
at the
do like
World Cup.
Modric.
But idol, talk to me about an idol. That you
I don't think I have an idol, but definitely one of my favorite players was Ronaldo.
Doesn't even have to be like a soccer idol. It could be like a football idol. It could be like anything.
No,
Someone you look up to.
definitely God. God is
definitely one and only. Yeah,
it's the only one. But definitely someone I did look up to in terms of like how they played was Luka Modric. It was incredible because I used to play center mid as well. So like looking at Luka Modric, he made it so simple. Like I remember I used to watch before a game. I used to watch like YouTube videos of Luka Modric or any other center mid like that was playing good at the time. I try to pick up one or two things from them. And then sometimes, it made a difference, I felt different on the field when I did look at videos before going to play. Cause it just like motivates you at the time. Like when you're watching it and like, oh, like I'm about to go play, like, oh, like I want to do this. And, it's fresh in your mind. So definitely Luka Modric. And plus the Trivela pass, I used to do it a lot.
It's like
it's beautiful.
It's
bro.
beautiful,
it's beautiful.
man. Like they won the Champions League because of that.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, for sure.
How about you?
Well, the World Cup winner, Messi.
Okay.
Messi. I always looked up to him. I mean, since like I started watching games when I was like 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, when you're younger, you can't just sit there and just be looking at the TV and because you have a whole bunch of energy.
Yeah.
So like around 5, I started watching Barca, and seeing Messi win 4 Champions Leagues was a great experience. And now World Cup, which I cried.
Yeah.
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 This the
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you weren't the only one. I mean, I was with you. I mean.
Nah, I didn't cry.
No, it looks.
It's
It seems like Madrid fan.
Yeah,
Madrid.
I don't know.
Barca.
Barca. I mean, I can tell. I mean, I'm a Barca fan as well. I grew up watching the Italian football. It was a little different for me, but I grew up watching like basic Barcelona when Saviola was in it. Saviola kind of introduced me to El Conejito. El Conejito is from Argentina. He's just I used to like him because of his name, El Conejito. And then Xavi Hernandez came around, man. Xavi Hernandez. I mean, I found out he was born on my birthday, which is coming up January 25th, and it's my main idol for real. Xavi Hernandez is just magical. But Messi, I mean, just from another world. I mean, you really can't say much. I mean, if you didn't cry, I mean,
no, I definitely.
I don't know why. I mean, I'm joking.
No,
There's other sentimientos. I mean, behind Barca. I mean, as a Barca fan, you grew up watching him.
Right.
Honestly, and it's understandable.
Yeah.
To see something like that shine. Because I'm pretty sure if Ronaldo was in those shoes, I'm pretty sure it would be different.
No.
Luka Modric, I don't know.
No, he was close twice.
Oh yeah, he was.
Crazy to think that. But no, like I'm no hate or anything towards like I respect like Messi and Ronaldo. I mean, it's what I was thinking about when I was watching the games. Like it's a privilege to be able to watch,
to witness.
I
mean, you think about people talking about Maradona. You remember those times when people just there's nothing about Maradona. This is nothing like Maradona's. He's nothing like Pelé. You guys have never lived through that, and for us to live through something like this it's magical. And we'll be talking more about it later on in the podcast towards the end in regards of the World Cup, which was a big part of this past year, which we're leaving behind. 2022, New Year ahead, and New Year ahead. I mean, are you guys in college currently? High school.
High school.
I mean, yeah, what am I thinking?
Last year.
I'm doing it.
Ya me siento ya como que estoy tan viejo, como que todos están en la misma edad mía. No. So, all high school.
You guys are gonna work tomorrow?
So y'all all high school.
Yes.
Man.
Then,
¿Le pidieron permiso a la mamá que estaban aquí para venir? No, but high school. How's high school going for you guys?
It's going great. This is my last year in high school.
Yeah. Damn, senior.
It's going pretty good. Soccer has been like mostly my main attention right now. Like,
Okay.
So like school after when I come back, it's because I was recently in El Salvador.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get back to school, I have to like start working on my schoolwork and stuff. But it's going good.
Chris, you currently play for DC United's academy.
Yes, U17.
How's that going?
It's going really good. Going really good.
You just came from El Salvador, though.
Yeah.
How's that going? What's that about?
El Salvador is really nice. The way they play is so much nicer. It's so much more intense. I love the trainings. I love the countries.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love the people.
No, congrats, man. That's huge. That's huge.
Thank you. Yeah.
How about you?
I like El Salvador. I traveled to El Salvador.
You been to El Salvador a lot of times?
Since I was a baby.
My
A
baby.
babe?
Yeah.
How's high school going?
It's going great.
Did you play soccer in high school?
No,
No?
I wasn't fit enough to
No?
play it.
Did you play like
Well, high school.
until what point did you play?
In high school?
Did you ever play at all in
No,
high
I
school?
never played at all.
Man, I wish I played too. I was never fit, one, and I couldn't get my that form,
Physical.
the physical. You know, just cosas de la vida. ¿Me entiendes? Growing up, I mean, I also came when I was 8 years old from El Salvador, so it's just,
bro.
I mean, you don't really learn so much. I mean, you cannot learn to just live in a way when you come from a different country. I mean, you have to learn the language and all that. I mean, it's like a task. But you're in college, the UMD of US.
UMD, so it's universities at Shady Grove. I'm part of UMD, but I attend my classes at universities at Shady Grove.
How's that going for you? What are you majoring in?
Business management.
Business management. Okay.
Second year. So this is my second year at UMD. So this is my senior year overall. Last semester coming up this spring. I'm excited.
That's cool. So last.
Last, yeah.
Damn, man. I bet that's exciting.
It's exciting, but at the same time, it's a lot of work.
A lot of things to like juggle around. To balance.
Definitely. Yeah. So.
What grade did you say you were in?
I'm a junior.
Junior? Right below Kevin.
So senior, junior, and sophomore.
What are some of the goals that you have before, let's say before college?
It's definitely like my main goal is for sure to like get fit and like at least make my play for college as a walk-on.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know like people that get in walk-ons, they actually get full rides sometimes, and I know it's hard to get full rides as a walk-on, but that's my goal.
That's your goal?
Yes.
And you're gonna live up to that.
Yes.
It's a new year, right? I
Yeah.
mean, let's not talk about resolutions because,
Yes.
I'm not a resolution believer, but definitely know that you gotta believe in yourself. Like if it's a goal that you're gonna put forward, go at it like there's nothing else left behind it. You wanna get fit? Get to it. I'm pretty sure you're gonna do it. How about you? I mean, I'm pretty sure you got big goals coming up. If you're not putting your focus on school.
Yeah, soccer. One of my biggest goals is, so back to El Salvador. They called me back to the squad for the U17 national team for El Salvador. And one of the goals for me is to like play very well, play good, and to be able to qualify for the World Cup, for the U17 World Cup.
Yeah,
So,
that's awesome. That's a big goal. Very possible too.
Yeah.
So,
That's
yeah.
one of my big goals.
No, that's awesome. How about you, Hendrik? Junior? What high school?
I go to Meade High School.
Meade?
Meade High School.
Meade High School, where's that?
It's in Anne Arundel, Rondo County.
Perdiste, no?
We're like, where?
Jeez, you're coming from afar and you live over there in that area.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So
Thank you for coming over here. It's huge.
It's a pleasure. The school is inside a military base.
Ooh.
So everything that so when you go inside the school, all that you see is military police. So
you're straight up like, entonces?
Last year,
You skipping?
Hey, ¿qué estás haciendo? Huh? What's your mom's number? Give it to me right now.
So when last year I took JRTC, so it was like a class.
Oh, you took ROTC?
Yeah, JRTC.
JROTC.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they have a sergeant over there, and his name is Sergeant Willie. So when he does uniform inspection, it's like so quiet, and you shake him because he's a big dude. You shake him because he walks around with a stick. And
He about to spank you.
And then
No.
yeah, he looks at your uniform and si tienes algo like misplaced, he's like, 0.5. Like he takes it off
Take
your
some
grade.
points.
It's like 0.5.
Yeah. -5 to your grade of the week.
So what's one of your goals? Not to get a spank?
No. But my goal.
2023, I don't want to get spanked no more.
2023, I ain't trying to get spanked by that big dude. Mr. Who? Sergeant what?
Sergeant Willie.
Sergeant Willie. Watch out for Sergeant Willie. He
Yo.
gets spanked.
No, what's it called? My goal for this year is being more into social media, like making more reels, like getting more content. And that's what I've been talking to Bryan. Like, let's do. I have some ideas, and he gives me his ideas, and we combine them. And so our 2023 goals can become true, and that's our main goal for this year.
No, very good goals. I'm pretty sure that, I mean, all the goals that we've talked about so far, I mean, very doable. I mean, any goal that anybody puts in front of them, honestly, is very doable as long as you put a mind to it. For real. I mean, very doable goals. I'm excited for y'all in every way possible. How about you, Bryan? I mean, how's the college experience been for you, and what are those goals looking like?
Well, definitely my college experience has been different in terms of like I didn't go away to a 4-year and stayed on campus. It was more of like I went to Montgomery College for 2 years, and I was still living at home. And then I continued. I had the opportunity to go off and live on campus at a different university, but I just felt like it wasn't in my plans to do that. Definitely, because whenever I wanted to go a little bit back to senior year of high school, I was gonna go play at a college. I was gonna go play soccer. I did have a official scholarship on the line, but I decided to turn it down just because at the time it was like I had a couple injuries. First gen student, I didn't know how the whole process worked. And lastly, I didn't want to sacrifice, or I didn't want to put my parents into worry. Okay, where are we going to get this money if, let's say, I got injured and then the scholarship was taken away? It was just a lot of things in the air. So I was like, okay, I rather, since I'm the first one, I rather go somewhere where I know how things are going to work. And I also had a great support system. My family. I was involved in this program called ACES program, and they were helping me since my junior year in high school. How to apply to scholarships, how to apply to schools. So in general, I felt like I had to go to MC because they were there, and throughout the whole 2 years, they were helping me.
What program is that?
The ACES program is a program that it's in some high schools. I think they're in more now. But what the ACES program is about, they help minorities, first gen students, and basically they help you in teaching you how to apply to school, how to apply to scholarships, how to maneuver with this. Since it's for first gen students, it's our first time.
It's guidance.
It's basically guidance. They take you hand to hand how to do things.
That's cool. I mean, if anybody's listening to this right now, I mean, we have high schoolers in here right now, and if you're listening to this and you can take advantage of this, any program.
Definitely.
Definitely take advantage of any type of program that's out there. I mean, you can only learn so much. And you're talking about obstacles. I mean, that scholarship you had in front of you. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was really tough for you to turn down.
Yeah, I visited the school. Went with my father. I liked the school. The coach really wanted me to come, but at the time, it just my parents were like, go for it. Like we'll take care of it. But in the back of my mind, I was like, I asked God for guidance the whole time. I was like, if you want this for me, like find a way to let me know. And but I really felt in my heart that it was set for me to stay at home, stay at church. So that's why I attend MC, and then now I continue attending the universities at Shady Grove with UMD. So basically, how it works, it can be confusing at times, but I'm a student at UMD. but the only difference is I attend classes at the university at Shady Grove.
Mm-hmm.
So the professors from UND come to the
Mhm.
Shady Grove campus, and I'm also an ambassador there. So that's why I know how it works, and I had to. I've given tours.
Big deal.
Yeah, it's a lot of training that that helps me, because I love sharing the, good opportunities with people. Like, hey, if you have these, if you check all these points, like, this fits you good. So definitely that's me, in terms of like, okay, like I think it's best for you to go here. I like to help out as much as I can.
Yeah.
And especially with being part of the USG ambassador, I can do that because there's a lot of people that are first-gen students that don't know how to do certain things or don't know that they can apply to scholarships as well. So all those things I had to learn as well, because as a first-gen students, you're making the way. Your parents are not going to help you because they probably they don't know how the process works. So they
don't have the resources. Maybe they don't know how to use. I mean, this thing is like huge, and a lot of our parents, it's tough. I mean, it's tough for them, to adapt. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of, mine, sabe cómo funcionar esta cosa más que yo también. But a lot of parents, a lot of Latinos, it's tough for them to look up, how can I, resources for my son, for example. One, they don't have the time. I mean, in life we face so many obstacles. I mean, especially when you come from a different country, and that's why if you do have the not I don't want to use a bad word, but if you are take advantage. If your parents are definitely supporting you, if you have the support system, if you have someone to look up to, like you couldn't play for the team, but you wanted to take on the scholarship,
right?
Because you have your own worries, but you have your brother now who looks up to that, so you as youngins, like, all you can do is just look up and like learn and know that it's possible, know that the resources are there, know that if these obstacles are there right now, they can only be temporary. It's like 2020. I mean, how crazy was that? We really didn't expect that. I mean, we're already in 2023, right?
Yeah.
What did you think of 2020? That was wild, right?
It definitely let me down because I was definitely playing in the team at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was playing indoor and with Chris too again.
Yeah.
And we were gonna start the second season of indoor, and boom, COVID came. Never expected it. They closed down schools for 2 weeks, and then a month, then the whole year.
That was crazy as hell.
And then
ustedes que no querían.
Yeah.
And then online school was different. Everything was different.
What was that?
It was
online school.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely got the definitely got the opportunity to sleep a bit more because classes would start like at 9.
But it definitely messed you up.
Yeah, it definitely messed me up because sometimes I'll be sleeping through the classes. I'm not gonna lie, I've actually fallen asleep. Camera off, audio mute, just knock out.
That was an experience, man. 2020. I bet it was an experience to be behind the screen all the time, listening to your teacher. Was soccer still going on?
No, soccer for me, like,
that was a pause too, right?
Yeah, the practices were like canceled, all that due to COVID. And during that time of COVID, like, that's when I started getting a little bit more weight, and like physicality started being bad, and my stamina. It was really hard for me to run, but to
keep up.
Yeah, to keep up. But then throughout time, I started like training a bit, trying to maintain myself. But it was hard. It was definitely hard.
No, I bet. I mean, 2020. How was it for you, Hansel?
2020 was how they said, like, it was like pandemic came. Like, everybody was in their houses, not knowing what you expected to be. And the thing was, at that time during the summer, I moved to my grandma's house.
You were a freshman.
Yeah.
You were a freshman in 2020.
Yeah, 2020 I was a freshman.
7th grade.
Damn.
And I moved to my grandma's house during the summer. So then I told Bryan, what you going to do? Like, I always used to text him like every day, like I'm in the area.
What's
now.
up, dude? What's up, dude?
And so 2022 or 2021 that we went biking.
It was during the 2020.
Damn,
Yeah.
he waited all 2020. I am not going out to 2021, baby.
So I started biking with them.
Oh yeah.
We used to go with.
You ain't look for no obstacle. You were like, what is an obstacle? you just kept rolling.
Yeah, like one thing that my parents say, like, nada te va a detener, so dale para adelante. So
Yeah, that's true, man. That's something to live by.
and that's what I always keep in my heart, like what they said, and that's why I look up to what the words that they come out like. And so we used to go biking as a group, or sometimes we used to go with other brothers and sisters from church, and it was fun. But at the same time, when you're like home alone, like all that you do was like vértele y comer. That's all. Like,
Nah, yeah, it happens.
yeah,
Literally, I mean, what is there to do? I mean, there's a virus going around. It's crazy. I did go biking. I was going like this when you were talking about biking, because the one time I went biking, I busted my ass, man. Yo, it was bad, and I had a podcast to record that same day. I ended up going on Pijazo. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Biking it's fun. Yeah, it's fun until you bust your ass, for real.
So what happened was one day before that
Hey,
we
don't
went.
tell him.
Decime nada. Aquí todo es descubierto. Aquí no vamos a hacer ningún tweak acá, ningún tweak allá. What's up?
So one day before we went biking, I fell just riding the bike on the street like that. I just fell. Me raspé un poquito, and then I was like, "Hey Brian, me raspé la pierna." And then he was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah." And then the next day they're like laughing. Ponete the helmet. And then first, who else fell? It was Brian that fell.
I
fell.
The next day, Brian was the one that fell.
We were laughing, man.
They were laughing like that day, and then it happened to them. So I was like, "Y el casco?" But it was like a fun experience going out with the boys and
I
having
bet.
fun.
I bet. I mean, after 2020, I mean, even now, it's even seeing back to the World Cup, seeing the World Cup, how filled it was. I mean, you miss it.
Yeah.
You know, how was 2020 for you?
For me,
Was was the decision to let go of the scholarship during 2020?
So 2020 was that was 2019 fall was when I first started college. So when was it that we got sent home? Like February, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was
So
March 13th, right on my sister's birthday.
So around that time, it was my second semester at MC. So freshman. I was excited to go home, you know, long spring break,
2 weeks,
3 weeks. But then I think it was a blessing, but at the same time, you know, it did impact some people. For me, I think I like being home. So I'm a homebody. So it was fun, you know, chilling at the house, playing video games with these guys, just being with the family. I felt definitely it helped my family get closer.
Mm-hmm.
My grandma would come over, my aunts. So definitely we kept our circle, just us, just those three.
That bubble.
That bubble. And my grandpa's a chef. So every weekend we had a new dish. We had like from Chinese food to Italian food to pupusas, everything, bro. So he blessed. I really like salmon, so he made salmon like nonstop. So it was the first year, it was a good year for my family, I think, and for myself. I started fixing bikes and selling them. So
this is the whole bike thing come off.
Yeah, that's how the whole bike thing come off, because since I was small, like I've always had that mindset, like, all right, what can I do to make money? Because I don't have money. Like I didn't have money. I wanted money to buy things that I like. So I've always had that mindset, like, what can I do to make money or to make an impact, or and then definitely biking came along, and I all started with my dad. He was like, "Hey, we need bikes to go biking." And at that time, there was no bikes at the store. All the stores were closed. You couldn't find it. So Facebook Market, OfferUp.
Dude, eBay was booming. Everything was booming.
Everything was booming,
Woo!
and
You
everything.
could find your grandma was selling that joint for
Yeah, but the thing was that they were expensive.
Yeah.
Because everybody wanted to buy them. They were
everything
expensive.
was going up.
They were expensive. So I would buy them. There was a point during that time that I had like at least 50 bikes in my backyard.
Yeah.
Damn,
Like I went
business.
I went like the whole day picking up bikes from Baltimore around the whole
DC,
DMV.
That mindset's huge. I mean, to grow up with that mindset, it's big, and that tends to happen when you come, from back home. Is like you grew up with that mentality of si no hago, no va a haber plata, no va a haber dinero.
Right. So it all started with like us wanting to go biking, but then I just saw a different perspective, you could say, and I started, learning how to fix the bikes. I knew how to do the minor things, but then I like learned how to fix, the cabling, the brakes, adjusting the gears. It was frustrating, bro. But once I sold a bike for like $200, I was like, okay. I like this.
So definitely made 2020 worth it in a way. You picked
definitely. I try to look on the positive side of it, on the brighter side of things. And then once COVID started going down, the stores were opening, so my business wasn't going to make it because my price. Well, the prices they were selling bikes, they were at the price that. It just didn't make sense, for me to invest that time into fixing bike, and I wasn't going to make much profit. So I was like, this is it. And that's where the same account, I switched it to iSpy Sport Films.
How did the camera come about?
That's how.
How did that camera come about? Talk to me. Camera talk.
So during COVID, I bought a Nikon brand new from Facebook. I was looking at bikes, but the camera popped up.
Another business. Money.
And then I bought it from somebody. It was like the whole set for like $200. So it wasn't too bad. And at the time I had money from the bike repair I had saved up. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna invest. That's one of the biggest words I use. I'm like, I'm gonna invest, but I gotta find a way to get it back, because for it to be an investment, you have to produce with it. It has to come back. So I definitely took a leap of faith. All right, I'm gonna invest, see what happens. Started taking pictures of my brother. You could say he was my first client.
Modelo.
And then
damn, you're doing it all.
I started taking pictures of him, practicing. Overall, I was like, I'm gonna help you get some flicks. And then I just had during that time, like I had a bigger vision. I was like, growing up, I didn't have I don't even think I have many pictures of me playing, or even less video. Like I don't have a lot of I don't even have video of me playing. And that's in the span of 2 years that things really picked up. And like now you have cameras that take the whole video of the whole field and it follows the ball. Crazy how things develop. So I was like, this is where I can make an impact. I can change. Nobody's doing it, or if they're doing it, they're just like, I can have a different reach. So that's where the whole iSpy Sport Film started. And
was that around May as well? When you say you picked up the camera as well?
It was around that time because I went with him to go pick up the camera.
So this was like a thing they developed together. No, first just you, but then developed together.
Right? Yeah, developed together. I think we first shot in April 2022. Oh no, 2020. 2020. No, 2022. When we went to Florida, he was playing with Achilles.
No, it was last year.
Achilles? Is that the name of the team?
Yeah, it was 2021.
2021. I can't remember the date, but
Because it was still during COVID, we still have to be wearing
okay, yeah,
masks.
okay. So yeah, 2021, we took a trip. Christopher had a tournament in Florida with his old team, and then I took my camera, and then we started taking pictures, and I was like, I can take pictures of other people, and like maybe they can buy it.
Did you feel like you had like an eye to it? Like, because I love taking pictures, my dude. And you see me, I like taking videos here and there, pero I don't know anything about the adjustment, the name of the camera. I mean, you lose me in that. And I tried in high school to take the camera class, and I didn't take it. But do you feel like you have that touch? Like, I mean, you obviously do because they come out crispy.
I don't think I do. Like, I don't think I have I think everything that
I mean, yes, you're learning. Yes, I know you're not gonna be like, yes, I'm the dog.
Okay.
I mean, of course, there's a lot of room for improvement. But do you feel like, because you picked up this camera and now it's done so much, it's doing so much, and there's so much there. Like, do you feel like your eye was just like, yo, this is for me?
I think the only difference is that I understand how the player feels. I understand their emotions. Because I've been where they are in their shoes, and I know that I would want a picture of me doing certain things. So I think that's my secret sauce, you could say.
Yeah.
Because I've been on the field. I've been at a penalty kick. I've been at a free kick. I've been, passing the ball. So I would, at the time, maybe I wanted somebody to capture me. But now that I'm the one capturing, like, it just makes it easier because, I know that this player is going to want this, or I know that this is something they're going to cherish once they move on to something else. It's like I'm capturing a moment that only happened that time. I think that's my secret sauce in terms of, having an eye for it. Yeah, I think being able to feel how the player moves, how the player, or anticipating the play. I think you could say it would be like having an eye for it. But in terms of like the tools and the camera, like, I didn't want to. I'm telling you, the first time I bought my lens was in Texas, and I was on. Christopher had a game. He was the first game against with DC United at in Texas versus Valencia. Valencia from Spain.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really wanted to take pictures of them and DC United. And I had bought my lens, and I didn't know how to use it. So I bought my camera here in Maryland. I went to Texas without a lens, just the body. And then I'm crazy, bro. It was like a leap of faith. I was like, I'm going to buy this and find a lens over there, and then I'm going to be set. But then I think I just didn't put the parts together, like, okay, but when am I going to learn how to like actually use it? So I was at the field on YouTube trying to figure out how to use this lens and the camera with it. I think that's a moment I'm gonna cherish for all my life.
iSpyPros. What's your position in iSpyPros?
I was just taking pictures.
Yeah. How do you like it?
I mean, I have fun.
How have you learned? What's everything you learned? Did you pick it up, the camera? I mean, of course, in May with him, right? Yeah. How do you feel like you're doing with it?
Right now, since I don't go take pictures a lot with him.
What do you focus on mainly? Like, is there something that you're passionate about? Let's say, like, he's telling me that what I understand is that he likes to put himself behind that player. It's like whenever he's taking a shot, it's like he sees himself there, and it's like he takes it because he wishes, it was him, but it's gonna come out however he would like it to come out.
It's something I would like,
What is something that you focus on? Is it like a street work, or I don't know?
It's also on the field.
Yeah.
I seen it on like TikTok and YouTube and like Facebook and Instagram. People like taking pictures in the street, and they look nice. But on the field, I know like there's that part, like Bryan said, that point when there's like penalties, free kicks, or when they're gonna pass the ball. There's always that moment that they really want that picture because it'll look nice as like will love it as like a wallpaper or something, or just to post it on their Instagram.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's tough.
yeah, and like trying to get the perfect timing, like when they're gonna kick the ball, is you got to time it correctly.
Yeah. It takes like some special sauce in there to make it work. To capture a good moment. I mean, you were here recently taking some snaps, and you made me look like I was a dog. Like I was this like awesome player, you know.
El copy.
You like the camera?
I mean, yeah, I do like it. I love taking pictures. Like, I used to have this little camera all the time. I just take pictures, and there's like one where I would like just take videos. I like those. I like taking pictures, but like I'm mostly on the field.
You're the one that just you're the one making them work, which is part of it requires, you know, selective people to make things work. I mean, started with you. You were his model at the beginning. I mean, you play a big part in iSpyPros. How do you feel about iSpyPros?
I feel good.
How did the name come about? Do you know?
iSpy?
Tell me how iSpy came about.
Ahí el jefe.
¿No te ha dicho el jefe?
No todavía.
A ver, dinos la historia de iSpy para que sepa el muchacho aquí.
iSpy. So the real story.
There's a lot.
You guys remember that app called Kick?
I never created an account, but yes, I do remember.
Yeah, so that app. Shout out to my cousin Wilbur. His username was iSpy blank. I'm not gonna say the rest of it, but his
don't tell me. All right.
His username was iSpy and iSpy something, and I was like, And we were both born in Salvador, and then we met up here because he lives now in Texas.
Oh wow.
And then it was like we were like what 14, 13. 15, around that age. And yeah, we met up. They came over to our house. They came for like 2 weeks, and yeah, we got there. Before they left. I mean, I was like, yo, give me a kick, because kick was the big thing at the time. And then it was iSpy, and then I was like,
I want that name.
I can change. I was like, I can make it mine. And then I was like, iSpy Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's how I picked it up, and that was my username for everything. iSpy Bryan would change it on Instagram. iSpy Bryan, like
it's very unique. I mean, that's the first time I had seen anything iSpy, and that's definitely a good name for a brand. What made you decide to do iSpyPros?
iSpyPros. Well, and first it was iSpy sport films.
So that's like the brand you said, right?
No, at first it was when I started with my first business, which was the bike bike repair. It was iSpy Bike Cycle, something like that. So I already had this iSpy.
Okay.
Because in high school, because of my username, they used to call me iSpy as well.
Oh.
Not everybody. Some people used to call me iSpy.
Some of my teammates are like, "Yo, it's iSpy."
And then now it's like, it's very common for them to call me iSpy. But one of my friends started calling me iSpy out of nowhere, and then everybody started calling me that knew me. So then I picked it up for my first business, which was the bike repair, and then I switched it. I knew it was going to be something with iSpy, but I never knew it was going to be photography. Because mind you, I was 14, 15 at the time where I changed it to iSpy Bryan. I think everything just lined up, and it was meant to happen. And then iSpy Sports came upon. I had a lot of names, you know, iSpy Film Pro, iSpy.
Been everywhere.
No, I'm brainstorming a lot of names.
That's good. I mean, brainstorming.
Before deciding with iSpy Sport Films, I had iSpy Films, iSpy, but I think iSpy Sport Films just caught my attention. And it was like, yeah, this is the one. And yeah, I went like weeks saying iSpy Film Pro, iSpy Film Pro, iSpy Pro Films, iSpy, just saying random things. And then once I established it in Maryland, I was like, I don't want to do just sports. My goal is to be bigger than just sports. So that's why I took a step back and I was like, okay, we're gonna do iSpyPros. So it's iSpyPros LLC.
iSpyPros, and they can definitely find you on Instagram as iSpyPros.
iSpyPros.
Instagram, do you have Twitter? No Twitter.
Twitter, not yet. Facebook,
YouTube,
iSpy Sport Films. I'm gonna take January is gonna be the month that we're gonna get in all the platforms.
So there's definitely more than one Instagram handle right now for you.
For you, yeah.
Right now is you got iSpy Sports Films.
iSpy Sport Films is my sports. So iSpy Sport Film is my sports Instagram.
That's the one that's associated with the DC United Academy.
What do you mean? In terms of
basically not associated. Basically, people know you because of it. It's almost like iSpy Sports Films is that guy.
Yeah, you could say that. You could say that.
I mean, you're iSpy, but I feel like iSpy Sports Films. I go to it right now. If I go to Instagram right now, I see DC, and it's almost like it's not a branch, but it puts your name out there in big time, which is good.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to kind of like look at it as we're more than just iSpyPros.
Right.
But iSpyPro is like that foundation.
Yeah.
And you've come into terms to this name, and it's huge.
No, yeah, definitely. So I was saying iSpy Sport Film is a sports channel. Then iSpyPros is everything else in terms of events, school events, weddings, quinceañeras.
So not just soccer, not just football.
Yeah, not just sports. But the goal is to branch out to that industry once we're ready.
You have a solid team.
We have a team. We're slowly growing in the equipment, but I know it'll happen. And once we're ready, we're gonna go all hands in.
It's comeback season. I mean,
comeback season.
I mean, we talk about 2020. I mean, 2020, 21 was shaky too, and 2022. I mean, I feel like 2022 was a year for a lot of people to kind of like find themselves and realize a lot.
Yeah.
And it's like comeback season. Like 2023, let's work together. You have your goals, as well as you two and myself and iSpyPros. I mean, major goals, and there's a lot of opportunities. I mean, out there, DC United being one. How did those opportunities come about with DC United for you?
With me or my brother?
Both. I mean,
okay.
Because let's start with your brother, because that's what kind of like put you towards it, right?
Yeah.
How did that start?
So the team I was before, it was Achilles. The team was Achilles. I remember we had a match versus SYC. It was Springfield, the Springfield team. And one of the scouts came to watch me that day. And they contacted my coach, and then my coach contacted my parents. And they invited me to a tryout. And then I went to the tryout. I think I played really good at tryouts. And then after that, I got invited to a second tryout. It was like that. And then I played good that tryout. I did good. And then after that, they were picking the players for the team. And I got selected. That was for the U15s. Yeah.
And when was that? Was that recent?
It was last year.
Wow, that's super recent.
Yeah.
How's that experience going? Like,
it's good. I like it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, you're learning a lot.
Yeah. And then after the season ended with the U15s, some of the players had to get cut out because there wasn't going to be a U16 in the club. There was only going to be U14s, U15s, and U17s. Mm-hmm. So the 16s were out. So some players had to get cut.
Oh.
And I was gladly I didn't get cut. I was able to come back, and I'm U17. I'm playing a year up now.
Congrats.
So, yeah.
That's huge, and you can only get better from that. And
yeah.
How did the opportunity come about? You see him playing,
So
for DC United. I mean, what?
Yeah, it's crazy.
DC United, former DC United social media intern.
Yeah,
that's insane.
No, DC United.
That's a dream, dude. That's a dream of mine.
No, for sure. To this point, I'm like,
Blessed.
I can't believe like I experienced 6 months being with DC United, and I am very thankful for the opportunity that DC United gave me to, one, to grow, two, to improve my skills, and three, just allow me to be part of their team. It's a very special team at DC United Academy, and I just finished up December 9th, I think that was my last day. Right after I came back from Florida, we went to the MLS Next Best.
Traveling with the team too, huh?
California. I'm sorry.
Traveling with the team is fun.
Oh yeah, these guys are a blast.
Yeah.
Getting to know them on a deeper level, it's having a chats with them. Like, these are players that are playing at the highest level here.
Mm-hmm.
They're very goal oriented, very focused. They're gifted. When I was playing, I didn't play. When I was their age, I wasn't at their level.
No, yeah, I was seeing them when I went to watch them at the London FC stadium.
Yeah, so it's impressive how at such a young age that the level that they're playing, and yeah, the players gifted. But how that opportunity came about, I just applied, bro. I just applied on. I noticed. Well, it all started because I saw a story on the first page of somebody saying, "Oh, it's my first day as an intern," and I was like, "I can do that too." I was like, I can do it.
Pensando
Yeah, I was like,
mejorar.
I was like, man, like that means I can have an internship. And then I just searched up on their webpage and went to careers, and there was an academy intern spot available. And then I did the application process, and then they got back to me like once the season was about to start. And yeah, I mean, that's how it really happened. Like, there isn't like,
what have you taken from it?
From the opportunity?
Mm-hmm.
It definitely helped me understand how DC United works, how the soccer here is structured, and it helped me become better at what I do, taking pictures. The more you practice, the better you become. So having a game every weekend, that's consistency, and that's big, because if you keep on doing it, you're gonna get better at it regardless. So I definitely think it helped me have a consistent schedule, which allowed me to have a consistent growth. And they opened the doors for me. Patrick is the academy director. We had multiple talks, and they opened the doors for me to try my style, grow, try new things. Patrick was very open to new things and new ideas. So that was something that allowed me to let my creativity grow. And I tried to enjoy to the fullest. And also, I mean, I took Kevin to take some shots as well. So yeah.
How was that for you? Because I felt like when I went with him, I felt like I was part of his team. I was like, hey, I'm DC too.
I mean,
how was it, man?
I felt great. I remember first time I talked to Pat was when Bryan went to the first day for his internship.
Oh yeah.
And
it's very nerve-wracking.
I was nervous.
I was very nervous.
I'm not even part of it, but you still feel the nerves. And I remember like there was this one day Bryan had to go take pictures at another field. It was here in Maryland at the soccerplex. And Pat comes up to me. He was like, "I need you to take a picture of this one player." And I was like, okay. I was like, okay, I got this. And like
the pressure, bro.
I felt like he just comes up to me. He's like, he asked me where Bryan was. I was like, he already went to the other field. He was like, all right, then I need you to take pictures of this player. I was like, all right, I'll take pictures. And then I texted Bryan. at that time was like, I need to take pictures of, his name is, they call him Google. Yeah.
What are some of the things that you do to practice?
So before, going to Texas, Brian gave me the camera. And I was just messing around with it, looking at videos.
YouTube.
And like the moon was out, so it was dark already. And like
I love the moon, man.
I was like, and it was a full moon too, so I wanted to take pictures of it. And I was messing around with the settings. I was like, I think I got this. I'm getting comfortable with the camera. And that week, Chris had a.
Was it a tournament here in Maryland?
Yeah, but that week Chris had a U.S. Practice match.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't here.
Yeah, and I went to go take pictures there.
Oh yeah,
and that's when I was messing around more with the setting.
Yeah,
and the pictures came out nice. Like I feel like for me, I feel like they didn't even have to be edited.
Yeah. I'm really big on like, experience and you doing it on your own. So when it comes to for Kevin and Hansel and Chris to learn, I'm like, you do it on, here's a camera, you do it on your own. And if you have questions, let me know. But I feel like if you do it on your own, you don't feel that pressure, or you have a room to mess up and try again and learn from error. And so I'm really big on that. That's how I learn. So I think it's going to help them learn.
Of course.
So I'm like, look at YouTube's, instead of me telling you do this, it's different. I'm going to restrain your creativity.
Mm-hmm.
So the freedom of what you want to take. So I'm like, here's a camera, take your shots, try to do something different, get details.
You can also learn something and teach him.
Yeah. Like he can, definitely
give him some feedback and stuff like that. And Chris, how does it feel to like have your brother along? As not many people have that privilege.
I mean, it's great. It's great. I feel really lucky to have Bryan, like, because he's very supportive. Like, he's been helping me a lot with like videos, like highlight videos. He's helped me a lot with that, and like pictures and all that. So I feel privileged to have my brother.
I bet it only makes your bond even better too. I mean, he's in his teens still. You're growing, and it's important to grow up, with that foundation of learning, seeing, wanting to be better, and keeping yourself united and bringing in people like Hansel onto the team. I mean, this experience with iSpyPros and with this wonderful guys that God has put you with, because literally at church, right?
Yeah,
that's where y'all met.
Yeah.
How's that experience going like for you, man?
It's been nice. It's been a blessing being side to side with people that we work in church and out of church. And the things that we do like in La Cancha are like moments that we are like having fun, like memories. Like sometimes we go out for like mini tournaments that they do. And I do videos and pictures at the same time. And Brian's like, do your style. So that's when I'm like, okay, let me like do this and
what's
that.
your style?
You'll see it later.
You want to talk about it? Hey. Okay, what's your Instagram? You have a handle? Like an Instagram handle?
Your
Username.
Oh, iSpy Hansel.
iSpy Hansel. Okay, look him up. iSpy Hansel. I'm trying to look deep into that style, man.
You gotta find it. You told me my style.
Oh yeah, and the other account is Hansel's Filming.
Hansel. Ooh, got his own thing going.
So actually, it's like a branch also.
Okay.
So when I get in the future I get more like clients, and it's a big event, maybe I come to Brian and say, I need your help so we can help each other. And
just like I mentioned, it's always good to keep yourself around, the people that, support you and that can only make you go forward.
Definitely. I'm big on like, if I'm eating good, like everybody else around me is going to be eating good as well.
Of course. Yeah. What are some of the projects upcoming for you guys?
Projects.
Anything coming up exciting this year? I mean, iSpyPros, you're telling me you're getting ready to launch it. Talk to me about it.
Yeah. Well, trying to get the website up, trying to get equipment. I do want to branch out to events when, the off season. But in terms of projects that we have coming up, yeah, we have one in February, I believe, the Dewey Cup. February 5th. We have a tournament that my friend Eric, he's the one who hosts the tournament, and it's like 70 players, 80 players show up. I was lucky to be part of a team last time it was hosted, and we won, so it was exciting. So we take pictures during the tournament. So that's one that we have confirmed. But hey, we're open for business.
Open for business. So that means that if someone's looking to get a photo shoot, someone's looking to get their wedding, photography done, videography done, they can contact iSpyPros.
Yep.
Website will be going up as soon as possible. That's in the works, part of the project.
Yep.
And it's huge. It's huge. It's really exciting to be able to share this over to people who are listening, your family again, anybody that's looking to get into the industry, and anybody who's like, who's had obstacles, who wants to, maybe they don't even have like a passion. And honestly, like photography and videography is like huge. You could get so much done with it. And so many projects come out of it, and podcast is part of it. You guys have spoken about this podcast. Yeah. What's going on with that? I mean, that could be a project upcoming.
Yeah, definitely have the vision.
iSpy?
iSpy podcast. Definitely have the vision to host a podcast, and still in the works of how it's gonna what's gonna be our. I'm really big on like, okay, what's your secret sauce? Like what makes you different from everyone else? There's a lot of podcasts right now. What makes you different? So I'm still trying to find I think I got it.
Yeah.
But still working on it. Yeah. I mean, maybe I'll bring it up, right?
Of course. I mean,
let me know what you think. So I'm really big in the sports industry. So I was thinking of having a podcast with players, athletes who are at a young age, maybe Christopher's age, 15, 16, who are like, some kids are already pros, already have signed pro contracts. So something that sparks the interest in me is like, okay, what are you doing different that the other player is not doing, so they can get to your level, or they can get to have the opportunities that you have. So it's all about sharing their story,
knowledge,
because their knowledge, their their lifestyle. Because I feel like because all of us here sitting have a special story,
of course,
that once you share it, I know that there's going to be somebody else that is going to relate to it, or it's going to help them be better.
Of course.
So I'm really strong on that, and I think having that type of podcast like that will not only mean I'll be happy just to even sit with them and talk like we are here today, and get to know them at that one-on-one level. And, even in spreading good news, like, how did you do it? Like, what can other players do to get to your level, or to get to an opportunity that they may be seen, so they can sign a pro contract, or so they can go D1, let's say.
I mean, in this podcast itself, we've shared so much. I said at the beginning that there's so much potential here. There's so many branches, like, athletes, videography, photography. I mean, you're talking about playing even in college. You're setting yourself a goal. It's something that unites us as a whole. We're all looking to get stronger, and a lot of people are listening. Like, there's listeners right now, and we're sharing that you can do it. You can play for DC United's academy and make it with El Salvador. You can find a team to work together with, to make dreams come true and to create dreams. You can surpass so much in life and find your passion you know, and you can continue on and continue to put goals ahead of you, regardless if you feel like you failed. And people are listening. Not many know that at USG, you know, the students the teachers come from UMD. There are resources out there. Not many know that you could be an intern at DC United. So if you're listening to this and you could get something out of it, you know, definitely look deeper. You know, definitely you make this year worth it. You know, because there's so much out there, so many opportunities. You know, what's something that you want to, you know, say, a special message out there?
Just don't give up in life easy. If you want to keep going, keep going. Always have your head up. And if you mess up, you'll learn something from that mistake you've done.
How about you, Chris? Special message out there? It could be about anything.
If something like this, you mess up, don't take it like as something negative. Think of it as positive, so you can like learn from it, and like next time you do it, like keep trying, and to like you already know not to do that, so just learn from everything.
How about you, Hanson?
Never give up on your dreams and the things, your goals, maybe your dreams. Like never give up and always have your head facing forward, never back.
How about you, man? How do you feel? You got a strong father. I mean, you people look up to you. I look up to you. I mean, I met you this year, and it's huge what you're doing. This team that you're getting together, it has so much potential. And any message out there?
I believe that in life, you're going to go through seasons, stages in your life that are not to harm you, but only to prosper you and to, you know, there's a reason you're going through that stage, but just know that the end goal is going to be greater than what you're going through at the moment. I think that's one of the biggest things, you know, that has been in my heart ever since, you know, letting go of soccer. You know, I went through a grieving moment, like, yo, I don't want to know anything about soccer, to, okay, let's find a new passion, you know. And photography is the way that I feel connected to soccer still. And I believe I had to go through that stage to be where I am today now. So yeah, just, you know, don't give up when you're going through a stage in your life that it's meant for you to go through it. But at the end of the day, focus on the end goal, because the end goal is going to be better. Yeah.
No, definitely. Very good messages, guys. I mean, I always like to put in a message in there because you just never know. I mean, there's people out there that are, you know, don't have any motivation. And I'm not saying look for motivation, but simple words, I mean, it can help anybody for real. And it's important to surround yourself with people, you know, that have good mindsets, that have positive attitudes, that have good goals, you know, because that's what this life is about. I mean, you know, what good are we going to get from eating chips and you know, and doing nothing and burning our brain cells, you know, nothing. So let's continue to surround ourselves with people. I mean, we talk about never giving up. We talk about surrounding yourself with a good team.
The grind never stops.
Let's talk about the World Cup. I mean, Argentina, they had the first loss in the World Cup. And that was an obstacle. They came from winning, how many games? 36, unbeaten. And they lose. And everybody thinks, they're not going to win anything. And what happens? The end.
The real question.
The end was ¿qué dijiste ahorita? Ahora no me cambias el tema. Empezamos con el tema del World Cup. He wants to change it up. Nah. You work hard no matter what, because the end is what matters.
Yeah. You think they went through a match that could be a season, you know? Hey, if you woke up at 5 a.m., you know, think about it like that.
I was at the gym. I was done with my workout and I was, it's in the bag, 2-0. I look at my phone, 2-1. I see my pussy. Who did you guys want to win? Argentina? Okay.
I was going for Brazil.
Brazil, man. They had a good run up until the And how about you, man?
Argentina all the way.
Oh yeah, I mean Messi. Yeah.
Too
You
much
know?
dancing from Brazil.
You wanted really Croatia, France? I mean, you went from
No.
Mexico to Poland
Nah.
to
I would just
France, Croatia,
Netherlands.
Netherlands. ¿Qué pasó ahí? Estabas como cambiando de camiseta cada rato.
I would just World Cup.
Anti-Messi supporter. No.
No, I was just a viewer, bro, enjoying the World Cup.
No, it's beautiful World Cup. What did you take from it?
4 years.
What did you take from this World Cup?
I enjoyed watching it. Every game was interesting. I enjoyed it.
How about you, Kevin?
I mean, watching Argentina lose, it hurt.
Yeah, lloraste también.
Nah, he cried.
It hurt, but like.
Tell me this: every game was almost like it was the last one.
Yeah,
Right.
Like the first game, Argentina came in confident, thinking they were gonna win.
The whole thing.
But like,
I don't think so. I don't think they were confident.
Well, let's say they were cocky in the first game.
I don't think they were cocky. I think they were surprised.
No, because they were
because they played almost the exact same way the entire time because they will always lose the lead.
Yeah.
They will always lose the lead in a way, and they will always go to overtime.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't that Argentina was cocky. It's just that Argentina, like you see Real Madrid win.
Of course.
Yeah.
You see how much they suffer. Nah, let's talk real facts.
Yeah, the last Champions League.
Real facts. A lot of the Madrid fans right now, they didn't want Messi to win. The way that Argentina won was almost like the same way that Madrid wins. You gotta look at it like that. Come on.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good
I mean,
point.
con ganas, sin parar. You know, how many times has Madrid been down and they come up?
Yeah, I mean, was it last Champions League?
Yeah, they
they beat
Chelsea.
Yeah,
and Man City.
It was insane.
I mean, it was like 3-1, 2-0, and it's like, as a Barca fan, you're like, what? He's like, yo, stop.
And then Barca playing the Europa League.
I mean, it's okay.
Man.
We talk about the World Cup. Anyways,
Thursday night.
What team surprised you? What team surprised you the most?
What team surprised me the most?
Yeah, out of the World Cup.
It was actually Argentina. Like I didn't even expect Argentina losing the first game. Like I was like, how did they lose? I was like to my dad, ¿Cómo perdió? I was like asking me the question. I had to repeat the game, like watching the game.
He like play back. Maybe they win.
Yeah.
Analyzing the whole game.
And then I talked to my pastor. It was on Monday. I was like, Pastor, what happened? And he was like, no sé.
Preguntémosle a Dios.
And the final, I saw todas las argentinas comiéndose las uñas, like on the penalties, todas nerviosas.
I was on my knees.
Wow.
Whoa, Paul.
Orando.
What player impressed you the most?
Player?
Ooh. There was a lot of players out there, man, that were showing out.
I forget his name, but the striker that went in for Ronaldo. Ronaldo didn't start that game, but he scored a hat trick.
Giovanni
Ramos.
Yeah. What's his first
Portuguese
name?
striker.
Giovanni Ramos? Something like that. Jonathan Ramos.
Nah. It's a Ramos something.
Yeah, he surprised me.
Look at that. Nah, he surprised you because why? Because of the hat trick?
Yeah, hat trick. Because he went in hard. Yeah. Like, even though he was a sub, like not a sub, what I meant is like he wasn't a starter, but like he still like helped the team a lot. Yeah, it surprised me a lot.
How come you wanted Brazil to win?
Gonzalo Ramos.
Gonzalo Ramos. Shout out to Gonzalo Ramos.
Since I was a little kid, I always liked Brazil. Like, I love Pele.
Yeah.
Pele, sadly, he passed away.
Passed away. R.I.P. Special podcast for Pele.
Pele, I used to watch him a lot on YouTube, like all his past games.
I mean, I've been looking I've been seeing a lot of posts nowadays, and a lot of writing, and a lot of videos, and it shows this video that a lot of the things that people do nowadays, Pele did it first. It's like he's definitely the creator of a lot of today's football, and I saw him playing goalie without gloves. I mean, I read that he actually played 3 games. His favorite position was goalie, it said, and that he played 3 games for Brazil. And one of the games that he played, they won because of him as a goalie. And then you can see him without gloves. Wow. And it's like, you know, it's crazy. I mean, this World Cup brought so much joy, and at the same time, I mean, it does set the circumstances that some things, you know, went on before the World Cup, and actually happened during the World Cup, but it didn't take away the the fun, the good out of it. I feel like a lot of people got opened up to the sport of football, soccer, however you want to call it, and we enjoy it. I mean, it's what brings us together. It's why we're here today, for real, because my Arrington, Soccerplex. We're here at Air Park Soccerplex once again. If you want to pick up soccer from Monday to Friday from 8 to 10 p.m., you're more than welcome. Sign up on the Play app. They're also on Instagram at Air Park Soccerplex. And if you need your vehicles to be towed, if you need your vehicles to be worked on, if you're ever in a collision, make sure to check out Air Park Auto Body and Air Park Tour and Auto Repair. They're easy to find on Google, 5 stars, and you won't miss out.
Hey, we were champions on Monday for the pickup. Came out here with the family, and my dad, Chris, Kevin, and my friend Jason. We balled out.
No, very good spot to ball out for real. You could get your sweat on, calories off the max, and you can touch the ball well. As long as you don't get roughened up, because there's some guys in here that go crazy. But just watch out, have a good time, and anything else you want to add that you feel like we missed out?
No, I think we cover a lot of great points, and just shout out to the family, much love, and
a tu madrecita,
sí, mamá, papá.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Oh yeah, we're actually filming this the 1st of January 2023. So
definitely special.
It's very special to be here, and very, very privileged and honored to be on the podcast, and I hope for more to come. No,
and it's very special to have you guys here. Like I said, earlier, a lot of potential here. Continue going after your goals. Every one of you, fight hard for what you want, and it's a pleasure to have iSpyPro here. iSpyPros and iSpy Sports Films. It's huge. It's huge what you guys are doing. Continue to inspire yourselves, and continue to work hard. And the foundation that you guys are setting up right now is only going to get better. And it's only going to grow. And don't forget about where you come from, and keep at it.
Doesn't matter where you start; it matters where you finish.
Set of views over here alongside iSpyPro.
Let's go.
Rolling out.
Sí. Calmate, Ronaldo.
Este está enamorado ese.
Set of views out. That's so catchy, bro.
What? Set of views out. Set of views on, eh?